Hi again, everyone, and welcome to the Friday edition of Litter Media Live. I'm Dan Ramey. He's Mike Smith. And behind the scenes today is our Mr. Hand 2, Aaron Glandon. He has a group of young ladies who are watching what he's doing today.
Be careful now. His fiance, if she's watching this, she's going to be calling him any minute. What's going on in there?
It's all right. These are high school students.
That did not help anything.
We have a group from Western LA Media who is watching. Did I get that correct? West LA. It's the Western kids from Western schools, and they're kind of learning some things behind the scenes today. So thank you, girls, for coming in today. We might even have them come on camera when we get done.
Did we fly these kids in from Los Angeles? West
No,
LA?
they came in on the thunderstorm that was going through Pike County this morning.
Right, gotcha.
We'll talk more about them here in just a matter of moments. But first, let's get things underway with what our weather is doing for us.
Well, if you haven't looked out today, it's raining, and it will continue on and off. I think we're going to get a break this afternoon through this evening. Maybe some dry conditions on Saturday. Sunday is what we've got our eye on. Showers and thunderstorms, and the National Weather Service is projecting a strong possibility of severe weather Sunday afternoon. So please make sure you have all of the avenues that you can get emergency weather information for this Sunday. But overall, we're looking at a possibility of rain 6 of the next 8 days.
Spring showers bring spring flowers, right?
I've heard that somewhere.
In some respects. So we like having the rain when we need it, and we have needed it for the last couple of years. So, all right, coming up here shortly, we'll get you caught up to date with what's making news, as well as sports and this date in history. And today we will have our Neil Coleman Insurance-Wyandot Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. That's all just ahead. But first, let's tell you about Scioto Valley Dumpsters. If you've got some spring cleaning to be done, you need a dumpster. And it depends on how much cleaning you need to do, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to clean up the yard, maybe you live in a neighborhood where people have had stuff blow into your yard from these heavy windstorms we've had of recent. 740-253-8389 is the number to call for Scioto Valley Dumpsters. They can help you residentially, but also if your business needs a dumpster, they can take care of that too. 740-253-8389. Click on this ad anywhere you see it on littermedia.com, and it takes you to their Facebook page where you can get the latest developments with Scioto Valley Dumpsters.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today.
The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, click on this ad on littermedia.com.
We're back. And Hometown Motors is back.
Yes, sir.
They've got spring on their mind. They've got their spring sales event going on. And while supplies last, you'll be able to find new riding tractors starting at $1699.99. New zero-turn mowers starting at $3399.99. New walk-behinds, they start at $399.99. Also new chainsaws at $279.99. And also new blowers starting at $199.99. And new trimmers starting at $229.99. You want to make sure you hurry in. This selection is not going to last. These prices won't last as well. At Hometown Motors Incorporated, 818 Eastern Avenue in Chillicothe, your store for the outdoors. Time to take a look at news, which you'll find on our website, littermedia.com, and also on our social media. If you ever wonder where we are, of course, some of you are watching us on Facebook right now. You already know where our Facebook page is, but all of our social media icons up in the right-hand corner of our website, littermedia.com. That's your Litter Media Facebook page, Litter Media X, Instagram, along with Spotify and Litter Media Radio. All right, Mike, what's our top story today?
Well, for the second time in less than a week, a former Ross County elected official has passed away. This time, former clerk of courts Joyce Neff. She died on March the 26th at age 78. In 1979, Joyce was the first woman to be elected to the Huntington School Board, which she served up until 1987. Later that year, she was elected as the Ross County Clerk of Courts, which she served in that office up until 1992, the first female to hold public office in Ross County since the year 1918. Good friend also to Dan and Mike, Joyce Neff. And she certainly will be missed.
Absolutely. Yesterday in studio with us was Lindsay Sparks from the South Central Ohio Job and Family Services. She appeared on a special edition to discuss their upcoming Kidpalooza.
Yes, absolutely. This is actually our second annual Kidpalooza. We began this last year in an effort to provide some charity and give back to the families of Chillicothe. And it is free admission, which is something that is so important to us, our team, is that we want every child to be able to attend this.
And, of course, Kidpalooza is coming up on May 4th. That will be a Sunday afternoon, and a lot of good things happening for the kids. This is their third event, if I'm not mistaken. So if you want to learn more about what she had to say, visit our Facebook page and also our YouTube channel.
Had another special edition just this morning. We visited with Sarah Wood. She's the administrative assistant with Ross County Litter Control and Recycling. Sarah was promoting the upcoming Scioto River cleanup for April the 12th.
So this event is actually our 28th annual event, and we hold this every year for anyone in the community to come and clean up the Scioto River and, help keep Ross County beautiful.
Now, there's all kind of junk that lays out across the river, unfortunately, along the river bank. What have you been told? I think this might be your first year of doing this, or is this your second year?
This is my third year.
Third year.
Yes.
So what have you seen along the riverbank in years past that had to be picked up?
Oh, you'll see anything from TVs to mattresses to just everyday trash. Every day is different, but you definitely find some treasures, I guess.
And Sarah says whether you're an individual wanting to come out and volunteer or maybe you're a club, they'd love to have you. It's the 28th annual Scioto River Cleanup, 9 to noon on April the 12th, and that coincides with Earth Day activities later that day.
Have you ever been out to the Scioto River cleanup?
Only to video. Well, you and I went out and when Judy was out there that one year, because I can remember we had the backdrop of the river and doing the interview.
And there, one year I was down by myself. There was this kid bringing tires. I mean, they were hanging on to tires, but they also had like some propane tanks that they'd found in the river.
None of them belonged to letter propane.
Right.
Yeah.
It was a different color.
But one year they said they found a car in the river.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those things, as Sarah said this morning, they have trucks that can extract that sort of thing. So, but be prepared. You might be surprised what you'll find in the river. Ohio University Chillicothe's Patricia Scott Memorial Art Gallery will be hosting the opening of an exhibit of artwork by alumni and friends, students, faculty, and staff, beginning with an opening reception at 6:30 p.m. next Friday, April 4th. The exhibition will remain on display through Friday, May 2nd.
The fourth and final Greenfield Historical Society Sunday dinner for 2025 will be held April the 6th from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Grain and Hay Building in Greenfield. It's their special fundraiser for the renovation project of the Shiloh Baptist Church. Proceeds will be going to that project. The church was the first black congregation in Greenfield back in the 1800s. Now, this event is on April 6th, but on April the 3rd, we will have a special edition of Litter Media Live at 10 a.m. with some representatives of this organization to talk about what's happening with the Shiloh Baptist Church renovation.
Bring that image back up again there, Aaron, because I want you to see this menu. Ham loaf, cheesy potatoes, coleslaw, green beans, a dinner roll, apple cake, iced tea, also coffee and water as your beverages. But votes are in, it says, for your favorite Greenfield Historical Society meal.
Ham loaf.
So the ham loaf is going to be the way to go. Ross County YMCA is offering something new. This is Child Watch Services. Now, they've had child care throughout the year in previous years as well. It's usually during the daytime when everybody's still working, but this is taking up a couple of extra hours, 5 p.m. until 7 p.m. on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So if you're looking for something to help you out with child care services, check out Child Watch Services through the Ross County YMCA.
Our road report takes us over to Jackson County today as we're looking at work on State Route 327 between Route 32 and Wellston Industrial Park Road. Work will occur daily for this construction. 327 will be closed during the duration of the project, and traffic will be detoured via Wellston Industrial Park Road to Fairgreens Road. And the completion date is not yet determined, so might take a while.
It could go on infinity. We hope that's not the case. But okay, that's a look at news. We've got sports on the way in just a moment. Major League Baseball season got underway for everybody. There are two teams we're particularly interested in. We'll share with you in just a moment. But first, let's tell you about Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. This organization recently this week received the Air Conditioning Contractors Association of America Award as the Contractor of the Year on the commercial side. They can do all this. I tell you, there's projects, those big warehouses we've seen on 104 and all. Some of those are Accurate projects that they're working on. Logan Elm Schools, that's another one of the Accurate projects they've been working on. They may be working on something right now in your neighborhood.
Like my restroom yesterday in my home.
Precisely. The plumbing side for you. Heating and cooling as well. You want to find out more about Accurate and their services? Click on this ad at littermedia.com. It will take you to their website, AccurateHVAC.com.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance-Wyandot Mutual Intermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance-Wyandot Mutual Intermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
As a basketball coach and a dad, I need to be able to keep up.
Mark came to the Adena Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc.
I was so confident in Dr. Fleming, he explained everything.
Together, they decided on minimally invasive spinal surgery to relieve Mark's pain and get him back to what matters most. At Adena, we do what we love, so you can too.
Time now for sports, and we start where?
Guess where? Yesterday was opening day.
It was opening day. And it looked great up until the ninth inning.
Yeah, I was in and out on the radio. We went to dine yesterday afternoon. I got there just in time to see them blow it.
So Mike Smith is now taking full responsibility
full disclosure,
for the Reds' loss.
Yeah, 3-2. Just before I could eat my steak, I looked up, and there it went. 6-4 the final. as the Giants came up with 4 runs in the top of the 4th inning to spoil the Reds' opening day game, 6-4.
They're back at it tomorrow night, and that will be kids' opening night.
Correct.
Which is really cool. If you've got kids who are in the Reds Kids Club, they have special events that are taking place starting as early as 2:30, where they get to see the players walk in the red carpet, and they're all signing autographs and all. It's really neat, and hopefully they'll cap that with a win. The Cleveland Guardians were on the road, and they picked up a big win over Kansas City, 7-4. So they started off with a 1-0 start. Now they're perfect. Can they go the distance, wire to wire, as the leader of the American League Central?
And that went 10 innings, by the way.
Yes.
Another event last night, locally, an all-star basketball game.
Yes, and our Aaron Glandon was there.
Yes, I was. It was the DD Awareness Ross County Celebrity Game. So you had the Ross County Trailblazers playing against local celebrities. It was a lot of fun. We have a photo album on our Facebook, and we'll have a video package on YouTube later today. Highlights of the event. The Trailblazers got a 43-40 win over the Ross County celebrities.
And it probably was a 3-pointer by Noah Hiles that was the difference. That would be my guess.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
I do know that Noah did hit a 3-pointer because I saw that on someone else's Facebook page, and he was the first picture that we saw there. Some of the folks that you might recognize, I believe that is DeMarcus Washington, who is with Chillicothe basketball, but there's everybody that was involved in the night's event, and they said they had some new players on the Blazers team, and I don't recognize that fella. In fact, I think someone else was wearing 55 last year. So really cool, and glad you were able to capture some of. There's Bill Betson.
That's my favorite photo right
Bill
there.
Betson floating through the air, just letting you know that he has hops, and he can fly his way.
Yeah,
so
that's great.
I have a feeling he'll probably do that when there's Noah. When we introduce him during the vintage baseball event coming up in June.
See if you can get him to hang in the air with a hang time.
There's
like
JT Gray right there as well.
Yeah.
So really cool event, and we're glad that the kids had an opportunity to see that and share. NCAA Regional Basketball Tournament last night saw these teams picking up wins.
Yeah, that amounted to Duke, Florida, Texas Tech, and Alabama. Probably the story that everybody was talking about, though, was Texas Tech rallying, I think, from a 62-45 deficit to beat Arkansas.
And wasn't a high-scoring game that Alabama was playing BYU?
113 points or something like that.
Yeah, and BYU scored 85 points, and you still get beat.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Thursday's high school scoreboard coming up in a moment, but the Cleveland Cavaliers picked up a win also, 124-116 over the Spurs. And the Cavaliers, they're just dominating the NBA this year.
I noticed there was an article about how they're doing the resting thing. I think they've kind of given up on the best record for the season, overall record. They're just trying to rest personnel up to gear up what they hope will be a championship run.
Because that next season's like 2 months long.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
High school softball action last night. Again, one conference game. I don't know if you've noticed this. They don't do this in the other sports, but in baseball, softball, the FAC will oftentimes play the 2 league games back to back. But softball is the only one that started that yet because baseball doesn't officially begin in the area till tonight. But in the FAC, Jackson beat Miami Trace 10-0 to sweep that season series. Non-conference winners last night, Notre Dame beat Hillsborough. Notre Dame's tough, folks. They had a regional tournament run last year and probably hoping to do the same as they beat the Lady Indians. Adena over Washington. Peebles beat Huntington. Zane Trace over Waverly. Circleville down Westfall. Taze Valley over Mount Notre Dame, as in Cincinnati, Mount Notre Dame. Amanda Clear Creek beat McLean. Portsmouth West was the winner. So was West Jeff, Bern Union, Athens, Sheridan, and Eastern Brown. Did Western play? Tell your coach to submit his score or her scores, okay, and we'll get them on the scoreboard.
Did they win or lose? They lost.
She said that so matter-of-factly. We lost.
It's along the lines of it doesn't matter that you show it. We lost. It doesn't matter. So.
Exactly. But we did get it on that they at least lost, yeah.
All right. And the Columbus Blue Jackets will host Vancouver tonight. The Canucks will be in Columbus. Now, time for our Neil Coleman Insurance-Wyandot Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week presented by Homeland Credit Union. She was one of our Players of the Week last week. She is again.
You mean last
year? She is this year. Camryn Spruell of Hillsboro, Ohio. Look at that, 700 strikeouts
in a career. Yeah, and she was a dominant pitcher last year, as she was or is this year. Now she probably was the losing pitcher in that game against Notre Dame, but remember Notre Dame is very, very good. But earlier this week against Eastern Brown, she struck out 20 of 21 batters. The only person that reached base was a baseball on ball. So she had a no-hitter, but that walk cost her a perfect game, which I think she threw 5 no-hitters last year and had at least one perfect game.
She's very unhittable.
Yeah, and she's headed to Ball State to play
for the
softball
Cardinals.
in college. Yeah.
If you would like to nominate a Player of the Week, simply send us an email and send that to littermedia@gmail.com. And at the end of the year, we will present our Player of the Year award as well. So thank you again. Good luck to Camryn Spruell. Maybe she'll be our Player of the Year. All right, coming up in a moment, the educational portion of our program. This date in history. But first,
there's no bill when there's a fill. Contact Litter Quality Propane today about our metered gas service at litterpropane.com.
Dixie Chopper. Speed when you need it. Visit your local Dixie Chopper dealer today or visit dixiechopper.com.
Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary. Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Haynes Soto Healthcare Center. They've been in business for more than 50 years, and they've been taking care of the chiropractic, physical therapy, and nutritional needs of not just Chillicothe, but all across southern Ohio. If you would like to see more about what Haynes does, meet their staff, it's all available on their website. So click on this ad anywhere you see it on our website, littermedia.com, and it'll take you right to hayneshealth.com. Before we get into this date in history, look at our special guests we have here today. Let's start from this side here. Tell us your name and what you're doing.
Hi, guys. My name is Mallory Williams, and I am the Career Development Director at Western High School in Latham.
She's still in high school. That's what I said earlier today.
Also the volleyball coach, right?
Yes, I am the high school volleyball coach as well.
Very nice.
My name is Maddie Walls. I'm Shayla Tackett. And my name is Bailey Eisen.
Very cool.
Very good.
And you are shadowing today because you're going to be doing something like this at Western schools, right?
Yep.
Uh-huh. They're all nodding their heads. Very nice. And you have a driver here that brought you today as well, but she's decided not to be on camera. Can we coax her on here? What do you say? Let's
come on,
Sarah.
over
Come on
here.
over here.
She's like my mother. She was never in family pictures because she was always taking the pictures out.
There's Sarah Dinsmore.
Another high school.
Yes.
These girls, they must have found the fountain youth in Latham, because they just never get any older down there.
I need to find out where that fountain is as well. Maybe it'll grow my hair back. I don't know. You never know what's in the ground down in Pike County. Girls, thank you very much. We appreciate it. And have you learned anything today?
Yeah.
That you want to do this or you don't want to do this?
No, we want to do this. Yeah.
We want to do this, yeah.
Fantastic. All right, this date in history. Mike Smith, what do you have for us?
Now, girls, there'll be a test on this later. In 1944, Swedish Secretary Astrid Lindgren slips on the ice and sprains her ankle. Bedridden, she starts writing down stories she told her daughter about a fearless girl with a carrot-colored pigtail and superhuman strength. Her name? Pippi Longstocking.
Remember reading Pippi Longstocking when I was a youngster at Scioto Elementary?
Girls, have you ever heard of Pippi Longstocking?
No.
Nobody.
No?
They don't let you read that anymore. You have? Okay. Yeah.
Well, she's a little older than that. Just a little bit. A little bit. Pippi Longstocking, if I'm not forgetting this, she had long stockings that had red and white stripes on them, and she had red hair as well.
She always put me in mind of the Wendy's image on the Wendy's hamburger.
I'm not going to name names, but I went to school with a girl at the time in elementary school that looked like Pippi Longstocking. And when we were reading the book, it was like she couldn't find a place to hide,
There she is.
So the gals from Western, that picture behind you that you see on screen, that was Morgan's Fork Road. How about that?
Yeah.
Down home
Yeah.
in West LA.
Yeah.
We appreciate them coming in today, and it might be back again before too long, but we appreciate it. We're entering a partnership with Western High School, and Brock Brewster has been always a kind individual, followed what we do, and he has opened his doors to us a number of times for certain events. So looking forward to experiencing what they're going to generate on screen. Thank you for watching this week here on Litter Media. Everybody, we're going to wave goodbye. See ya.